Hello and welcome to the wrestling group again. I am your host, Matt, and hopefully by now you have already seen my Worlds Collide predictions. And maybe if you are watching this video after your Worlds Collide, hopefully my predictions came correct. Right now, this video is for the Money in the Bank 2025 pay-per-view tonight, and it's set to start after Worlds Collide. It starts at midnight in the UK if you're watching on Netflix. You don't have to watch it on YouTube, and hopefully, we've all hopefully already now sat through these adverts and watched the Worlds Collide pay-per-view. This pay-per-view stuff with only 4 matches is really starting to do my head in a little bit. They could easily have put at least another match on there to me. And I understand the Money in the Bank line, the matches are long, so I get it. Like with with the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, I get it, because the Royal Rumble matches are going to be long, so yeah, 4 matches is fine. But they could even, if they're going to start doing 2-night pay-per-views, don't do it for SummerSlam. Do it for the Royal Rumble. Have women's on one night, men's on another, and then they have easily another. They have another 3 hours to fill of just normal matches. I'm just getting sick of 4 matches. They could have threw another match on here easily, or even given us a match that we actually care about, because I'm really disappointed with this one. But I feel like we need to stop all the negativity and hope for the best. So remember, as always, to like this video, comment below on who you think's going to win, maybe, and who's going to be Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank, and subscribe to be notified when we upload more videos. So with that said, let's start off with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So we have Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley versus Julia versus Naomi versus Stephanie Vaquer. Now, we all know I am a massive, anyone that watches the videos know, I'm a massive Stephanie Vaquer fan. Every time I do the NXT predictions when she was on the brand, I always said she was great, and I always predicted her to win. I feel like no one else should win this other than Stephanie Vaquer. She's not my prediction to win, but I just don't. She's just so over already. She's had 3 matches on the main roster, and she's been so over with the crowd. It's unbelievable. She's way over than most of the women in this match, other than Rhea Ripley. I think Stephanie Vaquer's up there, really good. Julia doesn't really get much of a reaction yet, and I can't wait for her to actually start having matches and for the crowd to see that she's a really good wrestler. Roxanne Perez, absolutely brilliant women's wrestler. I've watched her from her start in NXT, and it's been absolutely brilliant. Future women's world champion easily. Which is another thing, women in this match has been a world champion before, whether in NXT or the main roster. Just thought it was worth noting too. So I hope that it will be one of the new women that have come up to win it. I don't think it's going to be Julia, because she hasn't had much of a connection with the crowd yet. But Stephanie Vaquer or Roxanne Perez, I hope win it. But I think they're going to give it to Naomi. I think they're going to give it to Naomi because she's the only one in this match that it doesn't make sense to put it on. So they're going to put it on her. She's the only heel in this match that makes any, that would need it, I guess. Roxanne Perez can come champ on her own. Julia can become champ on her own. Stephanie Vaquer can definitely become champ on her own. Rhea Ripley's already been recently champion. She will be champion again at some point. Alexa Bliss, she'd easily become champion again. Naomi, with this heel run, I don't think it's hitting as much with the crowd. So I think maybe if they give her this, they think it might excel her and show her that she's a heel when she's coming for the title. Not that she's not a bad wrestler, because she's not. She's not terrible. Like she's had good matches, and she has been over with the crowd before. But I just don't think this heel run's working with her. But I feel like they are going to give her the Money in the Bank briefcase. I hope they don't. I hope they're giving it to Stephanie. But yeah, let's move on to match 2. We have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. So this match would come about after Saturday Night Live when John Cena would attack Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes' music would hit. And we haven't seen Cody since WrestleMania, since he lost to John Cena and he became a 17-time world champion. I don't care about this match. It's pointless, makes no sense. Could have just had 2 world title matches instead. Well, maybe not John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, but we could have had John Cena versus someone else, and we could have had, since he didn't defend it against R-Truth at the last pay-per-view, and then we could have had, I don't know, Logan Paul versus someone else. Not that I'd care, but I think Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are going to win this match because John Cena is going to go over on Cody Rhodes at like SummerSlam for the title. And then that's when The Rock's going to return. John Cena's going to turn face again, I think. Right, so then let's move on to match 3. We have Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch in the last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. So if Becky Lynch loses, she can no longer challenge for the title, as for the Intercontinental Championship this is, for as long as Valkyria is champion. If Valkyria loses, she'll be forced to raise Lynch's hand and acknowledge Lynch as the better woman. Sure. What? I don't get the stipulation in that. I don't understand why she has to raise Becky Lynch's hand as the better woman. Why can't the ref just do it? But yeah, sure, okay. I'm saying Becky Lynch is going to win it, and I feel like Becky Lynch is going to join Seth Rollins' faction. I think something's going to happen. I feel like someone's going to come down from that group, maybe Paul Heyman, and he's going to distract Lyra, and Becky Lynch is going to win. That's how I think it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm not arsed about that match. So yeah, Becky Lynch for the winner. I really don't like Becky Lynch. Right, let's move on to the final match. So we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and that is Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Penta versus Seth Rollins versus Andrade versus El Grande Americano, Chad Gable. Anyway, we're not going to discuss about the whole gimmick of Chad Gable. Yeah, it's annoying, and we're just going to move on from that. But I don't feel like Solo Sikoa should have been in this match, or Seth Rollins. I would have preferred another 2 mid-carders, maybe. I don't know who. Maybe Damian Priest in there, and I don't know, maybe another big guy, because there's no one big in this match. But yeah, maybe throw AJ in there as well. I really hope they don't give it to Solo Sikoa. But I feel like they are going to give it to Solo Sikoa, and I feel like he's going to cash in on John Cena because of The Rock. I feel like that's how it's going to go down. I feel like he's going to win it. He's going to cash in at SummerSlam because of The Rock. I reckon The Rock's going to interrupt John Cena, and he's going to be like, yeah, no, I want one of my family members to be champ. And that's how it's going to happen. And I really don't want it to be Solo Sikoa. But The Rock is the boss, final boss, so what he says goes. I hope they don't. I hope. My prediction isn't Solo Sikoa, but I feel like that's the way it's going to go. Chad Gable obviously pulling double duty with his AAA match, and then he's got this men's Money in the Bank, so he's not going to be in very good condition during this match, is he? He's going to be absolutely still knackered, hopefully from his banger of a match against Vikingo. But I can imagine this ladder match being good. Got some top superstars in there. You got Seth Rollins, you got Andrade, Penta, LA Knight. I think, you know, LA Knight is still so over with the crowd. It's unbelievable. Like, I mean, I remember when it was Money in the Bank, I think it was 2 years ago when it was in London. Or was it last year? It was either one. I think it was 2 years ago, though. No. Yeah, 2 years ago it was. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, we're going to move on from that. I feel like it should have been LA Knight winning that one in England, in the UK, because he was so over at that point. But again, he's still so over right now. He could easily win the Money in the Bank briefcase and no one would bat an eye. And that is why I am going with LA Knight to win this match. I feel like he's just been, you know, he can have that briefcase for like another year and build up his title run. It's not like he has to cash it in straight away. And I think that's what will happen. I think they'll just keep building it up and teasing him, like Dolph Ziggler. And then eventually when they cash it in, the massive pop he's going to get, I feel like it's going to be absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to go with LA Knight to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. So we're going to run down the winners dead quick. So I have Becky Lynch to win the women's Intercontinental Championship match. I have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso to win the tag team match. Again, my Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank are Naomi and LA Knight. So that is my predictions for my Money in the Bank 2025. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment below on who you think's going to win, and subscribe to be notified when we upload more. So thanks for listening. Peace out, guys.